again and welcome to the commerce class. Friends, the scope of business is very wide and business activities includes all those activities which are undertaken by a firm right from the stage of production to the final stage where goods are made available to the consumer for consumption. Now, as you can see in this chart, business activities can be classified into two broad categories: industry and commerce. Now, in today's video, we'll discuss the industry part only. So let's focus on that. Now, as you can see, industry is classified as primary industry, secondary industry and tertiary industry. Now, primary industry again has two parts: extractive industry and genetic industry, whereas secondary industry is classified as constructive industry and manufacturing industry. And tertiary industry includes all those activities which support primary industry and secondary industry in their smooth functioning, like transportation, warehousing, banking, advertising, etc. Now let's discuss what is industry. Industry involves production and processing of goods and materials. The basic purpose of industry is to convert raw materials into finished products to make them fit for consumption. It also refers to a group of firms producing similar or related goods. For example, textile industry, which includes all firms manufacturing textile goods or ready-made garments. Now, as you can see in this chart, industry is further classified into three broad categories. First is primary industry, second is secondary industry, and third is tertiary industry. Now let's discuss them one by one. Primary industry includes all those activities which are concerned with the extraction of natural resources and reproduction of plants and animals. One of the main features of primary industries is that they obtain their raw materials directly from natural resources. Primary industries are further divided into two parts. First is genetic industries, second is extractive industries. Now let's see what are these. Genetic industries are those industries which are engaged in the reproduction or multiplication of certain species of plants and animals. For example, nurseries where plants are grown for sale, or poultry farms where birds are raised for meats and egg, or pisciculture where fishes are grown in ponds, canals or rivers, etc. Now let's see what are extractive industries. Extractive industries are engaged in the extraction of useful materials from beneath the surface of the earth and the sea. These industries provide raw materials for other industries. The materials once extracted by these industries cannot be replaced. Some examples of extractive industries are mining, fishing, afforestation, where timber or wood products are obtained from forest. Now let's understand secondary industries. Secondary industries processes materials which have already been obtained at the primary stage. It processes the output of primary industries for making products for final consumption. For example, the fruits grown in farm and directly consumed by consumers is an example of primary industry. But processing the fruits for making jams is an example of secondary industry. Now, as you can see, secondary industries can be further classified into manufacturing industries and construction industries. Now let's understand these. Manufacturing industries are the industries which are concerned with the processing and transformation of raw materials into finished products. These industries create firm utility, which means that they change the shape and rearrange the existing thing to make them more useful. For example, iron ore extracted through mining is converted into steel to make it more useful. Next is construction industry. So, as the name suggests, construction industry involves construction of buildings, dams, roads, flyovers, etc. It uses the output of other industries such as iron and steel, concrete, bricks, cement for construction purposes. The distinctive feature of these industries is that their products remain fixed at one place and cannot be taken physically to the market for sale. Now, the third category is tertiary industry. These are also called the service industry as they provide support services to primary and secondary industries as well as to trade. The services provided by secondary industries removes various barriers which arises during production and distribution of goods and services. For example, transportation facilitates movement of goods and people from one place to another. Insurance covers various types of risk involved in business activities. Banking provides financial services and credit facilities to business enterprises, whereas warehousing provides storage facility for goods from the time they are produced till the time they are consumed. And the most important, advertising, which provides information about various products to the consumers. So, this was the classification of industry part of business activities. Now in our next video, we'll cover the commerce part of business activities. Hope you have understood the concept. Thanks for staying in tune and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you again and goodbye for now.